First floor, Earth. Well, what would you think if you heard that when you first woke up? Well, that's what I heard. When I woke up, or just about as I was waking up, I just heard my intuitive voice say, First floor, Earth. So, welcome, Perfect Spirit. I'm Sam. Let's dive into this. So, what does this mean to you? Drop a comment. What do you think if you just heard when you woke up, First floor, Earth? Do you ever stop to think about that? We are infinite beings, having infinite experiences. So maybe one of these experiences that we have, maybe when we're sleeping, the spirit, the soul is out doing the work, if you will, on the other side. Not really sure how to describe that, but I thought that was rather interesting to hear. But my life is pretty mystical. Since I healed myself, I just have these experiences. And you could call these paranormal, but I really don't see it as paranormal because nothing is paranormal to spirit. And I have another video on that on my other channel, Sam the Miracle Man. But now I'm starting to post more here in Head Trash Anonymous. Because I really want to talk about getting rid of this head trash and really opening ourselves up to that perfect spirit, to the divine within us. So we can just enjoy life as these spiritual beings. So maybe that was the message. Hey, just remember you're here on earth. You're visiting, you're learning. This isn't your permanent reality. But the mind gets really wrapped up in the stories and this and that. And we just have to remind ourselves we're only here for a little bit of time. Maybe 50 years, 100 years. It's a blip on the age of the universe. But we are, perfect spirit, wasn't born, wasn't died, just has been here as long as the universe. Or was perfect spirit here before the universe? Can't really say. The mind doesn't really know. The mind can just guess. But we have to dive deeper into who we truly are to understand that answer. So just realize, we are infinite beings having an infinite experience within this human body. So we're just not confined to here is what I'm feeling. But I thought it was rather interesting that we probably are doing, work or something out there when we're asleep. But yet we're able to come back instantly because the spirit of energy is infinite. It's probably always partially, and it's always probably in body, and there's an extension probably, that extends out. So let's root it here, and it goes to the source, to the universe, this field. And I think that makes sense because if you're in a room or like a store or something, and somebody walks in really angry, upset, the whole energy, like a doctor's office. Okay, doctor's office is really good for it. You're sitting there, you're waiting. But somebody walks in, they don't have to say a word, but you just feel their negativity, their anger, their frustration, their fears, their upset. You just feel this because the energy of spirit, the soul, has that vibration of anger, upset. And they are not just confined to that body, they are spread out. I think as we talk about like an aura, the aura just doesn't, the aura is the outside energy in the body, but I think it just extends out that we are the infinite beings, and the aura that we can perceive, some people can perceive, it's only a limited scope, but it actually extends further. Because I think there's like a quantum entanglement within all things, that there's no separation. We're just one big energy field with different forms and different flavors. So I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this video because it's a little bit different than I normally do. But we have to realize, we get caught up in this head trash, the human experience. But we just realize the head trash is always lying to us, especially the voice says you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you're not deserving. All that stuff that creates anxiety, panic, worry. It's all rooted in the head trash. That head trash is the source of all suffering. Without these thoughts, life would be just sort of flat. Nothing good, nothing bad, just sort of like, And you wouldn't know if if pain was good or bad, it'd just be pain. It wouldn't have any meaning to it. But this human mind here adds labels, adds something to that experience to define it. All right, I feel like I'm rambling here a little bit, but I'm just really curious to hear what you thought, about first floor Earth. What does this mean to you? Are we multi-dimensional beings that we're always here in this body, but maybe we're in different bodies? Maybe we're in different universes, different planets. Maybe we're all over the place and yet here at the same time. Like this big unified field. But it gets really trippy when you think about that we are consciousness. That wasn't born, that wasn't dies. If you don't believe that we're consciousness, then pull out some old photos of yourself. I think this is the best way to experience it. Pull out old photos of yourself, like 3 years old, 5 years old, 7, 10, 20, all these different bodies that you have. But if you have all these different bodies, where did you go? And just see the person who sees through the eyes has never changed and never will change, whether the body's here or not, because that is consciousness, that is perfect spirit, that is soul. We are this energy. We are spiritual beings, and everything is a spiritual experience. And all things are possible to spirit. So there's nothing paranormal to spirit. Paranormal is simply the mind that doesn't understand the normal human experience, if you will. But to realize that there's like ghost, paranormal activity, whatever you wish to call it, it's just simply perfect spirit, soul, consciousness, spirit, energy, whatever you wish to call it, without a body. But you can't even say there's without a form, because we only can see a limited spectrum. So we can't even say that. We can just say it's this perfect spirit. Maybe not in the human body, because I don't see a human body, but it's human, and it's not human, it's perfect spirit. Human is this current experience. We don't need to have this define us. All right, I think that's it for today. So I guess if we're doing a little practice today of really knowing that we know, is to be here in this moment. So do you realize that you're sitting right now, that you're listening, that your feet are on the floor? Just anchor yourself back to this moment by engaging your sensations. Your sensations are tools to bring you back into this moment. And most of the time, we're not really aware of our body. We have to bring the mind back to the body sensations. Like when you're walking to a store, you're not usually feeling your feet on the pavement. Your mind's focused at the store. I need to buy this, this, and this. It's up in here in the mind. It's not in this moment. But we just want to relax and enjoy. For this is our life. Maybe enjoying, having fun is too big of a leap for the mind to make. So just accept this moment and try to find the peace at this moment. And that's how I began my journey. Just wanted peace. Wanted relief from the stress, the overwhelm, the anxiety, the busyness of life. All right, well, that's my door. So I guess it's the spirit saying it's time to go. Bye for now.